And I can tell you at that moment, it was like all that I had worked for so hard came complete for me. More than the money, more than the fame, more than the making a difference, what I really wanted to see was respect in the eyes of the people I love most. I did not want to be treated the way they were treating me. And I can tell you, over the years, having that shifted has meant more to me than anything else. How many of you are here are understanding that when a woman is disrespected, her entire energy leaves her body. She becomes unable to do anything in life. And when we are celebrated, instead of being in survival, we go into thriving. We thrive, not survive. And then suddenly all of the good things of ours start to come out without us realizing. We also don't know how brilliant we are till somebody celebrates us and we are different with them. Rima saying, I understand fully what you're saying. I want each one of you to understand this because I want to take you on a journey. A journey so beautiful that you will start to say that, oh my God, why in life is everyone not doing this on the side? Okay, this is where I want to take you. But I agree that not everyone is meant for coaching, not everyone is meant for coaching. And what do I mean by that? There's a certain type of personality that is very good for coaching, and those people make the best coaches. And then there is a certain type of people who just can't be coaches. Today I don't want you to decide whether you should be a coach. I don't want to decide whether you should be a coach. I want to give you a scientific method to know whether you have a coaching personality. Is it okay if I take 10 minutes to take you through 10 questions where you will figure out for yourself whether you should be a coach or not? Yeah? Is everybody, how many of you here love quizzes? Anybody here loves quizzes? I love quizzes. I love to come to know more about my personality and myself. Okay, so I'm going to do this very interesting quiz for you. All you need to do is either put yes, maybe, or no. I'm going to ask you 10 questions, and at the end of it, we'll total it up and see whether you have a coaching personality or not. Tanuj is like, Kaun Banega Crorepati? Yeah, let's play Kaun Banega Crorepati in this version. Yeah. So whether you should become a coach or not. Question number one. Everybody take out your pen and paper. If you don't have pen and paper in front of you, quickly run and bring pen and paper because I need you to do this on paper because at the end I'm going to ask you to add up all the numbers. Okay? So everybody bring your pen and paper. Question number one. Do you love the subject of personal development? It is very, very important that you love this subject because remember at the end of the day, what are you helping doing for people? You're helping them develop. So if you don't like the subject, you won't study it. If you don't study it, how will you be an excellent coach? Yeah. So one, if you love personal development. Half, if you like it but you're not sure yet. And zero, if you are someone who's like, मैंने पढ़ लिया भाई बहुत, I have really studied a lot, I don't want to study anymore. Question number two, are you open-minded in your thinking? Okay, are you open-minded in your thinking? When you decide that you want to become a coach, you cannot be a rigid person. It cannot be only your way or the highway. It has to be what works for one person may not work for another. The same solution may be poison for someone else. True or not? So you have to have the maturity to know that for every single person, the answer is different. So if you are able to be open-minded in your personality, give yourself one. If you're open-minded about some topics but very closed about something, then half. And if you are basically a rigid person and people often tell you, yeah, you're so rigid, give yourself a zero. Do you feel people naturally trust you? Now, in coaching, remember the most important currency of coaching is your client should be able to trust you. Yes? So, if you feel like people naturally trust you, give yourself one. If you feel you can increase your ability of trust, give yourself half. And if you are someone who can't keep anything in your stomach, if anybody tells you any secret, you have to go share it with the world, give yourself a zero. Question number four, are you a good listener? Introverts in the room, this is a huge advantage for you because you are all good listeners naturally, right? So if you're an introvert, give yourself a one. If you're a good listener, whether you're introvert or not, give yourself one. If you listen more to talk or reply, then give yourself half. And if you are someone who often interrupts other people because what you have to say is more important than what they are saying, give yourself a zero. Question number 5. Are you able to hold people accountable? See, when you become a coach, remember that at all points you will have to get comfortable having uncomfortable conversations. People will commit things to you, like, let's say, I will wake up every day in the morning at 7 o'clock. They may come back the next week and tell you, I couldn't wake up. You can't just let that pass. You have to ask quality questions. You have to say, okay, what do you think we can do this week to make sure that you wake up in the morning? What had happened last week that you were not able to wake up? If this week also you're not able to wake up, what consequences are you willing to give? What rewards are you willing to have if you do land up waking up in the morning? Why is it so important for you to wake up in the morning? If you are not willing to have these uncomfortable conversations, how are you going to become a coach? Correct or no? So very important is, are you able to hold people accountable? Number 6, are you entrepreneurial? If you decide to become a coach today, one of the things that you have to also decide is to start your own business. You are going to become a business owner. So, are you entrepreneurial? Does the idea of starting your own business excite you? Does it scare you? Give yourself half. And if you're like, no, Baba, I love the security of a job, give yourself a 0. Question number 7. Do people tend to seek you out for advice? You see, as a coach, you need to be mastering some topic in your life so that people can come and take coaching in that from you. Yeah. So you have to notice, do you often get asked by people on some topic or the other? Maybe you're very good at making food or cooking. People often ask you for recipes. Maybe you're very good at yoga. People often ask you how you do. Yeah, tell me also. Maybe you're very good at running your house. Maybe that's something people ask you. Maybe you're an excellent wife or mother. Maybe that's something people ask you. Maybe you're excellent in social scene and how you put yourself together, like how you are aesthetically. Maybe that's what people ask you. I don't know what the topic is, but check, do you often get asked on some topic or the other? Are you often being asked questions? Like how Veena saying, I often get asked for fitness secrets. Yeah, exactly, things like that. You got it, Veena. Question number 8. Are you ready to continuously invest in yourself? You see, when you are the product, would you agree that you have to learn to become someone who continuously keeps upgrading yourself? So you're going to have to spend money, time, effort in continuous education. If you are willing to become a lifelong learner, we call it LLL in our tribe. So if you are willing to commit to becoming lifelong learner, give yourself a 1. If you are feeling like I want to, but I'm not sure, give yourself half. And if you are not a lifelong learner, which means working on your own personality, improving yourself, constantly evolutionizing your own personality, if that's not exciting you, if growth is not one of your value systems that I want to grow in life, then this will not work for you. Question number 9. Are you willing to put yourself out there? What do I mean when I say this? Are you willing to put yourself out there? One of the coaching profession does not allow you to be in hiding. Like if you become a chartered accountant and if no one knows you, you can still make money. But you cannot be an actor, model, singer, dancer, painter, coach, because you cannot put yourself in hiding. Yes, you have to learn to handle the fame along with the money. So if you're comfortable with fame, give yourself 1. If spotlight actually makes you uncomfortable, give yourself half. And if you are someone who runs away from spotlight, give yourself a 0. Last but not the least, to me, the most important question: do you have a compassionate heart? Are you a caring human being? This is very, very important, because you know what? There are some professions in the world that you should never do only for money. A doctor should never be a doctor only for money. A lawyer should never be a lawyer only for money. A nurse should never be a nurse only for money. A teacher should never be a teacher only for money. These are noble professions. Someone's life is dependent on you, right? The same way, a coach should never be a coach only for money. Your need and desire to want to serve the world, your need and desire to want to be a helping person should be greater. Money will be a byproduct in your profession. Yes? Fabulous. Now tell me your total in the chat box, okay? So if you missed any of the questions from 1 to 10, they are right there in front of you in the sheet. Look at the sheet. Love it, love it, love it. Absolutely. Let's look at some of the answers. 9.5, 8, 7, 8, 8.5, Megha 9, Mudita 9, Mayank Shera 8.5, Preeti Goyal 5, Priya 10, Jyoti 9.5, Shola 8.5, Subhashni 9.5, Vinny 6, Nileshwari, I always wanted to serve the world. So nice to read that. Swami 8, Tanya 9, Jagvinder 10. Some of you are getting 10 on 10. That's so cool to see. Indira 9.5, Renuka 7, Seema 8, Nisha 9, Akansha 8, Simran 8.5, 5.5, 7, 6, 6.5, 9, 8, 8.5, 10, 10. Wow. Love it, love it, love it. Thank you everyone who has shared your score. Let me tell you what these scores mean. Yeah? So if you got under 5, okay, everybody here who got under 5, I want to tell you, you know what, coaching is really not for you. There are so many professions that will work for you. Coaching is not one of them. I would suggest you consider some other passion as your main mission, okay? If you got between 5 to 6, you can become a coach, but you will have tortoise speed. What do I mean by tortoise speed? You'll be slightly slower. So what you will need to do is first work on your personality and then work on other people's personality. So what's the first thing you'll have to do? Work on your own personality. If you got above 6, so if you got 6, 6.5, 7 or 7.5, put RD in the chat box. Raw diamond. You are my raw diamond. You have the personality to become a coach. All I need to do is polish you up and make you shine. So all my RDs, let's look at all the RDs in the room. People who got 6, 6.5, 7 or 7.5. You are my RD, raw diamonds. I want you to know that you know what, for you coaching will work like magic. You have the basic personality. Now it's all about, you remember me speaking about ELP, explore, learn, practice. As you will keep on exploring, learning and practicing the coaching profession, you will keep on seeing yourself going up and up and up and up in this journey. So anybody here with this scores, do not doubt yourself. There's an information that you are receiving from God that you are a raw diamond. All you need is to be polished. Now, whether you use me for polishing or someone else doesn't matter, but make sure you get polished in this. In some way, your profession must be about other people. Okay? And for those of you who got 8, 8.5, 9, 9.5, and 10, put natural in the chat box or an N. N or natural. I want you to know that for you, there is no surprise that you have a coaching personality. All your life, you have heard things like you're too sensitive, you're too generous, you're too helpful, you're too caring, you're always giving to others, you are doing too much for someone else, and you have been labeled and accused of being a good person. Anybody here knows what I'm talking about? So for each one of you here, Beena saying, but how to start? Beena, in a moment, I'm going to show you the step-by-step methodology of how to become a coach. Okay, so don't worry at all. But first, I want to speak to my naturals. If you are in this room, there is something God is trying to tell you today. I really hope you realize that all of who you are was actually meant for a greatness in the world that is now required. And I really hope that you use all of your potential to help other people. And in the process of helping, which you've been anyway doing, let's start to make sure that you get paid for it. Oh, Yashasvi so cute. She's like, yes, I'm feeling this. Reema's like, oh my God, I'm just realizing this. Yes. Yes, I've been accused by others for being too good. I've got a big smile on my face. I knew this. Exactly. This is no surprise for anybody who's got above 8. This is no surprise. Okay. So I want you to now give me a little bit of your time further so that I can show you what's the step by step scientific way of becoming a coach. Is it okay if I share with you the 10 essential things that you will need to do if you decide to become a coach? Do I have Wonderful. Yeah, just put yes in the chat box if you're ready to get started with me on understanding what is this journey going to take from you. Like, what is it going to curtail? What do you need to do for you to become a coach? Yeah. Very quickly, I'm going to take you through these 10 steps so that you have full clarity on, now that you know you have a personality fit, that your score is telling you, yes, you should become a coach. coach. Now let's understand what the process is going to be. And if your personality and the process appeals to you, then I would love for you in the end to consider becoming a coach with me. In the end, I will share with you how you and I can go on a journey where I will help you become the most fabulous coach. Yes? Lovely, lovely, super. So, what's the first thing? The first thing you have to do if you decide to become a coach is find your topic or find your subject. Very important is for you to start to see, okay, where in my life have I been able to achieve something that I can help other people with? One of the most beautiful ways to figuring out your topic is to see what are the things you love learning. Because normally, what we love learning, we love speaking about, we love helping other people with. Yes or no? Another way of knowing what you can have as your topic is basically what is the things that you excel at, things that you naturally get compliments on. Most of the things that we naturally get compliments on, we think everybody must be knowing because it's easy for us. We think it's going to be easy for other people. I remember I had made this beautiful mandala and sent to my mother. It was beautiful, and she said, wow, it's so complicated, I don't know how you do it, you are so good at art. And I said, Mom, it's damn easy. And she said, yeah, is baking a cake easy for you? I said, no. She said, well, it's damn easy for me. You may think baking a cake is difficult, I may think mandala is difficult, but the truth is for both of us, our each thing is easy, but when teaching to other people, they find it difficult. Yeah. Exactly. And then things that you love talking about or teaching. Every time you go into a party, notice what are the conversations you like to start. These are the topics you love speaking about or teaching to other people, and therefore that will be a very strong subject for you. And last but not the least, anything that you would love to make an income on. Like I love dancing, but I don't want to teach dancing. It's for my own freedom that I love dancing. I don't want to make money on it, but I love talking to people and I love making money on that because that's something that inspires me and inspires other people and helps me build my business. The second step, everybody make a lot of notes. I'm giving you a lot of tips. So that was the first, finding your subject. The second thing you're going to have to do is look for a significant story in your life why someone should learn from you. You're going to have to create a significant story around why someone should learn from you. Maybe you have the education in that. Maybe you have some experience in that. Maybe that was your mess that has turned into your message. Maybe, by chance, accidentally you discovered it and now you are really good at it. I don't know what it is, but it's a story. Remember, right in the beginning today, I started with my story. How many of you remember me getting married young, losing myself, not being able to cope with a joint family? Because of that, starting my own preschool, suddenly becoming super successful. You remember? Put remember in the chat box if you know. And because of that story, there was a connection that got formed. Your heart and my heart got connected because now you knew that if I learn from her, it will make sense because she was exactly where I am today. Yes? So I want all of you to know that when you have a strong story, you are able to connect with your audience better. Your credibility, they are able to trust you because they see that you understand their problems and your message becomes very clear to them. So this will be step number 2. Step number 3 is learning to create your content. Okay, now we'll have people in this chat box today or people in this room today where you may want to become a nutritionist, you may want to become a divorce therapist, you may want to become a parenting coach, you may want to become a confidence coach, clarity coach, life coach, healer, tarot card reader, astrologer. There are so many topics and content that you can learn. What I want to show you is the entire business of becoming a coach. Yes? So how to create content, I am going to sit with you. Whatever your topic is, I'm going to give you a full template on how to create your content. What goes first? Where does the story come? Where does the exercises come? Where do the tools and techniques come? Where does the everything, how you are supposed to speak so that your client is able to get you clearly and properly. Yes? Fabulous. Then step number 4, I'm going to go straight to the step number 4, is you are the product. A lot of time when we think of us becoming the coach, the question that comes to us is, who am I to become a coach? What have I achieved in my life that I am becoming coach? The real truth is you don't have to achieve anything in your life for you to become coach. Please know that. Why do I say this? Just your research itself will put you in a position of being able to help others, put you in a position of authority. You know, I have a friend called Rajiv Talreja. He was very passionate about business, but he did not have any of his own successful businesses. So what did he do? He interviewed 500 top business people of India and wrote a book called Lead or Bleed. By that, he became a researcher. Now, people wanted to know what he had interviewed and learnt, what were the top things that he had learned from these 500 people that they can use in their business to become amazing. How many of you agree that even if someone is a researcher and they don't have results in their own life, we would love to learn from them because of the number of hours they have spent researching that topic? Yes? Again, if you are a researcher and then as you research, you also start to get results in your own life, then can't you help others? Like I can tell you, in my marriage, I started to research, how to improve marriages because I wanted to improve my own marriage. The first 5 years, my marriage was not great. I wanted to run away from the house because I was only 18 years old when I got married. But over time, I started practicing everything that I started learning, and I started to see my marriage become amazing. Rajiv started to see his businesses becoming more and more successful, and we started to get the results. When you have research and results, you become an authority on that topic, or rather, you become an expert on that topic. True or not? And as you sit and reflect what you have researched and what results you've gotten, you come up with different ideas on how you can teach that. That's what I call reflection. And when this combination of all three happens, you become a role model in society. This is when people start to get attracted to you in your topic of expertise. Have you noticed that? So many times we meet someone and we say, you know what, this person has a lot of information and success in this topic. I want to learn from them. Yeah, so never doubt yourself. Like I said in the beginning, every master was once a disaster. So know that even if you are starting at a point where you are not sure what your topic should be, what your story should be, what your content should be, allow me to help you, guide you through the way. Yes? Love it, love it, love it. And then I would love for you to start to choose your modalities. When I say modalities, what do I mean? Every coach has a different way of teaching their content. Some people like to teach it one to one. What do I mean one to one? Where you just sit in front of one person and directly speak to that person and help them. Okay? Then there is the seminar model where you take workshops in hotels. During the COVID period, this particular model had completely shut down. But now, because COVID is over, people have started to go back into hotels and taking workshops. This is where you stand on stage and you have a room full of people and you help them, guide them in some topic or the other. And then there is, of course, the online model, which is what I'm doing right now with you, where normally it is in group classes, group coaching. Today I can't see you, but if you land up coming for my coaching mastery session, you will see I will do it in a style where you will be able to see me and I'll be able to see you also. And that is so engaging, isn't it? So I'd love to know in the chat box, if you had to become a coach, which would be your style first? Eventually, I'd love for you to do all three, but which one would you like to start with? One-to-one coaching, the seminar model, or the online model? Beautiful. Love it, love it, love it. Another thing you're going to have to do is learn to create your own funnel. Okay, why do I speak about a funnel? A lot of women, especially in coaching, when they're starting their business, they think all they need is this material which they will keep on teaching everybody. That's not how it works. We have to create level 1, level 2, level 3. Have you ever gone for taekwondo or karate? You know how they have different belts? And it keeps the students so much more excited about your sessions because they go from white belt to yellow belt to green belt to brown belt to black belt. Yes? Wow, Rima is a black belt in taekwondo. That's so cool. Same is with this, okay? Education always needs to come in layers. Like how we have from first grade to second grade to third grade, school to college to PhD, PhD to like that. So it should always be in layers. So I'm going to ask all of you first, in whatever topic you decide to do, start to educate people in that topic. This is the portion which you do normally for free. If you come for my Instagram, you will get it free. If you come for the summits, you'll get it free. If you come for different things, we keep doing for free to just educate the world so that they know that this exists. Correct? Basically, at the educate level, you're letting people know that you exist. Then there should be something easy to buy. Some of you here have This is called the level 1, easy to buy. It's only 3 hours, easy to consume, easy to buy. This is like more like watching the trailer of a movie. When you decide to go for a movie, don't you first like to sometimes see the trailer or see the review before you go for a movie? This is more like this. This helps your client to connect with you, and if they like your energy, only then they will continue to buy from you, right? This is what I call your spotlight course, which is, it should have your best stuff. This should be your main course. It should be something where people should fall in love with whatever you land up doing in this. This should be at least 1 to 2 days long. It should be a much longer thing, and people should truly benefit. The promise that you make to the people in this level 2, you must fulfill. So if you have promised them that you are going to cure them of some disease through this yoga, you must do that. If you've told them you'll be able to help them make money, then you must do that. If you've told them you'll be able to have a better relationship, then you must do that. Whatever your promise is very important that you fulfill it in your level 2. And last but not the least is what I call the high ticket. This is not for everybody, but some people in level 2 will not just remain your clients but become your raving fans. They don't want to leave you because they have found so much benefit in being in your energy, correct? So for them, you create a much longer, deeper course, and only a few people you select who will go on this longer journey with you. Okay, when you have all of these 4 levels, that's when you have a complete business empire of coaching. How many of you here will not just want to do coaching, but you want to have a coaching empire? Put CE in the chat box if you want to own a coaching empire. And coaching empire only comes when you create. Now these levels take time, okay? The first 2 you'll be able to make very quickly, but the next 2 will come over time. Maybe it will take you 60 to 90 days to create your level 2, to create your level 3. Doesn't matter. Have patience, because you know what? In your patience only the courses get created the most beautifully. Yeah. Number 7, very important, building your brand. Today, anybody who's marketing and does not understand social media marketing needs to learn that. Yeah. So all of you, I'm going to ask you to create a brand for yourself where you post on social media. You can choose. You can be active on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn. Depends on which platform is your favorite, and start to grow your audience there. One of the things that has become really amazing in this world was that earlier we used to pay for space. Today we are getting space for free. We just have to catch people's attention. So learning to catch people's attention. Tell me how you came to this room. Did you see some ad of mine on social media? Is that how you are in this room? Maybe somebody called you. Maybe you came for some summit. Know that, you know what, if I had not marketed myself, you couldn't have reached this room. True or not? Absolutely. Instagram, some of you on Facebook, some of you through Success Gyan, some of you through summits. So that is very, very important that you learn to build your brand. I have to build my brand if I want to become an amazing coach. Correct? I want all of you to say hi to Priya. You know, when Priya came to me the first time, the beauty of Priya was that she said, Pooja, I love your work. I'm so attracted to it. Every word you speak, I feel like it goes right inside my heart. But I don't know how to speak English, so how can I do this work? And I said, Priya, which language are you most comfortable in? She said, Tamil. I said, why can't you become a coach in Tamil? Why can't you become a coach in Tamil Nadu? So she was like, can I do that? But that will be restricting myself, no? I said, you know what, Priya, the most beautiful thing about India is every state is the size of a country. Every state in India, the population is the size of a country outside. We have that huge advantage. We don't need to be in English. Rather, in English, so now so many people are there. Rather, look at how you can be a combination. Like, I would love to do my master classes in English because I know Hindi and English. Some people can do in Tamilish, Kannadish, Gujaratiish. Tell me in the chat box, if you are not fully fluent in English, which language can you mix with English and do your classes in? Love it, love it. Bengali-ish, I love that. Udi-ish, Marathi-ish, Punjabi-ish, Malayali-ish, Kannada-ish. Exactly. You know what? The Britishers left, but they left their English behind. That is such such a big problem for us. No, I want all of us to become super comfortable, because you know what? The tier 2, tier 3 cities are far more wanting this information than the main cities these days. So please know, no matter which language you do it in, you will become a super duper rich woman, because there is so much market in India. I was in Ireland last month, and I can tell you, I was finding out what's the population of the whole country of Ireland. You know what is the population? Half of Chennai, not half of Tamil Nadu. Half of Chennai is the population of the whole country of Ireland. This is our huge advantage. Everybody understanding advantage? I want all of you to look at Priya, listen to her story. If you're not able to understand her Tamilish, I want you to read the subtitles in the bottom, but I want you to see what a fabulous journey this girl has gone on.
Hi, this is Priya Dalapani. I'm a life coach. So, life வந்து ஏதோ ஒரு விஷயம் பண்ணணும் அப்படின்னு ஆசை சின்ன வயசுல இருந்தது. So, at the age of 21, I got married. I have 2 kids. I was happily married, but ஏதோ ஒரு விஷயம் லைஃப்ல வந்து மிஸ் ஆகிட்டே இருந்துச்சு. ஏதோ ஒன்று வந்து நான் என்னோட பர்சன் வந்து மிஸ் ஆகிட்டே இருந்தது நான் ஃபீல் பண்ணேன். ஆஃப்டர் 10 years ஓகே லைஃப்ல நம்மளுக்காக ஏதோ ஒரு விஷயம் பண்ணணும் அப்படின்னு ஒரு முடிவு எடுத்தேன். ஸோ நிறைய விஷயங்களை எக்ஸ்ப்ளோர் பண்ணேன். ஸோ வந்து எல்லாருமே வந்து நீ பேசுறது ரொம்ப நல்லா இருக்கு அப்படின்னு சொல்லும்போது நம்ம பேசுறது சம்மந்தமா ஏதோ ஒரு விஷயம் பண்ணலாம் அப்படின்னு சொல்லி ஆர்ஜே ட்ரை பண்ணேன். ஸோ ஆர்ஜே வேலையும் எனக்கு கிடைச்சது. ஸோ ஆர்ஜே வேலை கிடைச்சதுக்கு அப்புறம் ஃபீல் பண்ணேன், ஓகே நம்ம நினைச்சது அங்கே பேச முடியாது அப்படின்னு ஃபீல் பண்ணேன். ஸோ அதுக்கப்புறமா ஒரு ஃப்ரெண்டு மூலியமா நான் வந்து பூஜா மேம் மீட் பண்ணேன். பூஜா மேம் மீட் பண்ண பிறகு அன்னைக்கு அந்த நாள்லேருந்து என் லைஃப் டோட்டலாக சேஞ்ச் ஆயிடுச்சு. நிறைய விஷயங்கள் வந்து மேம் எனக்கு சொன்னாங்க. ஐ ஃபீல் ஸோ ஹாப்பி. என்னோட பேஷன் நான் கண்டுபிடிச்சோடனே என் பேஷனையும் ப்ரொஃபஷனையும் நான் மேரி பண்ணேன். ஸோ இப்போ வந்து நான் ரொம்ப 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 ஹாப்பியாக ஃபீல் பண்ணுறேன். ஐ வாண்ட் டு தேங்க் பூஜா மேம் ஃபார் திஸ் கிரேட் ஆப்பர்ச்சுனிட்டி, பிகாஸ் அவங்க இல்லைன்னா இன்னைக்கு வந்து நான் இல்லை. ஐ ஜஸ்ட் வாண்ட் டு தேங்க் ஹர். அண்ட் ஆல்சோ எந்த ரேடியோவில் வந்து எனக்கு வேலை கிடைச்சதோ அதே ரேடியோவில் வந்து நான் சீஃப் கெஸ்ட்டாக ஒரு ஷோவில் நான் பேசினேன். ஸோ அது வந்து எனக்கு ரொம்ப ரொம்ப ப்ரௌட் மூமெண்ட்டாக இருந்தது. ஸோ இந்த 3D சர்டிஃபிகேஷன் வந்து ரொம்ப 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 இட்ஸ் அ கிரேட் ஆப்பர்ச்சுனிட்டி. இட்ஸ் அ வேல்யூ ஃபார் மணி. நான் வந்து எப்போ இந்த சர்டிஃபிகேஷன் எடுத்துரும் அன்றைக்கி தான் என் லைஃப் வந்து டோட்டலாக சேஞ்ச் ஆச்சு. ஸோ நீங்களும் அதை கண்டிப்பாக அந்த ஸ்டெப் எடுக்கணும் அப்படின்னு ஆசைப்படுறேன். தேங்க்யூ ஸோ மச்.
Okay, she speaks really fast because she was an RJ, but how many of you noticed that where she was an RJ, she was then invited as a chief guest to the same place to cut a ribbon? How cool is that? Cool or no? Not only that, you know what was so beautiful about her? Today she's rocking it. On Instagram, she has over 30,000 followers, okay? Not only that, she has bookshops in Chennai which have the hoardings of her in can you see, all of you? This is a bookshop called Odissi. They have many such in Chennai, and she has hoardings of hers. Why am I sharing all of this with you? Because already your resistance will start to tell you, you can't be a coach, you can't speak like Pooja, you are not so fluent, you don't know this, you are your resistance is already starting to pull you down. Anybody knows what I'm talking about? So I want you to make sure that you do not let your resistance win today. Today, remember, at the end of today's session, either you will win or your resistance will win. Both can't win. Who is going to win today? Tell me in the chat box. Is it going to be R or is it going to be you? And this is very important, because you know what? On every step of the way, your resistance knows what to say to you to stop you from becoming the best coach. It wants to stop you from, imagine, helping other people. Love it. I love it for all of you who put me. That means I am going to win. Put W in the chat box. Win. That means you have winner's energy. You're not going to let your resistance win today. You're not going to let it give you some stupid story and you say, okay, you know what? I don't know. I don't know if I really can. How will you know? You can only know if you can or cannot if you try it. Correct or no? Fabulous. Step number 8 is all about customer service. I believe, especially as women coaches, one of the things we have to become really good at, not only serving our client while we are dealing with them, but have a whole before they come to us and then after that comes to us. Because I think as women especially, what gives us maximum joy is when we actually see our client's life transform. We don't want anybody's money if transformation is not going to happen. Would you agree? We won't be able to sleep with ourselves at night itself, because we are not earning to earn. We are earning by adding a meaningful, exchange. And for us, I can't sleep at night if I know I haven't been able to make an impact. True? Love it, love it, love it. Another thing that we have to do in one of the 10 steps of becoming a self-life coach or any kind of coach is for you to start to gain back your self-confidence and create discipline in your life. How do we create self-confidence by taking small risks and accomplishing them every day. Every day you have to ask yourself this question: what can I do today if I had more courage? What would I do today if I had more courage? And then go do that, go do that, go do that. And every day, as you keep building your courage, your confidence will also keep going up, keep going up. These could be small, small things like posting something on social media one day. It could be contacting your friend another day. It could be helping someone the third day. It could be choosing to write your content on the fourth day. These are small things, but you know what? On a daily basis, you're going to have to beat your resistance and build your self-confidence. Yeah? Baby steps. Thank you, Jagvinder. Absolutely. And last but not the least, I want you to know one thing. If you decide to go on this journey beyond the money, the work that you do will bring you back so much of good karma. How many of you know what I'm talking about? That you know what, in this work there is a nobility, there is a, I want you to operate. If you decide to become a coach today, please decide to become a coach today, keeping in mind that not only do you want to earn a lot of money, not only you want to impact other people, but you also want to live a life of meaning and purpose. You also want to leave a legacy where people speak good about you years after you've gone. Anybody else here feels that, you know what, I want to be remembered, and I want to be remembered as a good person who served the world? Beautiful. Love that. Love that. Some of you are wondering, but Pooja, you've spoken so much about the 10 steps. How will I earn money in this profession? You know what? I want you to know exactly how you will earn money. Is it okay? Do I have your permission if I share with you what I have earned in the last 6 months? Can I share with you what and how I have earned in the last 6 months? Promise me you won't think I'm showing off. Because this is not to impress you, this is to impress upon you. Okay, so those of you who don't have a great relationship with money, the more I'll speak about money, the more you will go into shock. Yeah? Okay, love it. So, everybody take out your calculators, okay? For those of you who are not good in maths, you will need calculators because I'm going to ask you to calculate. Let's calculate together, okay? Yeah? Everyone with me on that? Super. So I launched a program called Awakening. Okay. I charged 5,000 rupees for it, and 1,200 women enrolled in this when I launched Awakening. Okay. Now you tell me in the chat box, in the last 6 months, if 5,000 rupees I charged and 1,200 women enrolled, how much money did I make? Thank you, Bhavisha. Absolutely. 60 lakhs, correct? How many of you think 60 lakhs is a lot of money sitting from home just with one computer to make? How many of you think it's a lot of money? Put lots in the chat box. If you think 60 lakhs is a lot of money, Pooja, wow. Super. And then you know the funnel, right? So there's always a funnel if you want to build a coaching empire. And so from these 1,200 women, about 190 of them decided to join my next program called Enlightenment, for which I charged a lakh of rupees. So 190 into 1 lakh. How much does that come to? 190 of them out of the 1,200 decided to buy my 1 lakh rupee course. Who's going to tell me how much does that come to? Thank you. 1 crore 90 lakhs. Correct. Now add the 60 lakhs also. Can somebody give me the total of adding the 60 lakhs also? 2 crores 50 lakhs. Absolutely. And then some of them decided to buy my super specialization course, which is for 5 lakhs. So 25 of them decided to buy my 5 lakh rupee course. Now do 25 into 5 lakhs. How much does that come to? 1 crore. Bhavisha, you're too good in maths, yeah? Better than me also. 1 crore 25 lakhs, correct? Plus the 2.5 of the earlier. So 1.5 plus 2.5. 3.75. Thank you, Deepika. Thank you, Disha. How many of you think, Pooja, you are telling me that from your home, without anything, with your computer, you have earned 3.75 crores in the last 6 months? I'm saying yes. Okay, some of you are saying, but what about expenses? What about taxes? Okay, let's remove expenses. Let's remove taxes. Let's remove 50%. Okay, something it went in. Marketing cost, this cost, that cost. Okay, half of this is how much? Maybe 2 maybe 1.5 crores. How many of you think 1.5 crores in the last 6 months is actually more than enough for most of us? True or not? You know why I'm telling you all of this? I want you to believe what is possible today. Tony Robbins and people in our industry are saying that this is going to become a $1 billion industry a day very soon by 2025. Right now, we are little early, but can I tell you how gyms suddenly sprouted all over India suddenly 10 years ago? The same is going to happen with mental health. You are going to see that every single person by 2025 is going to have a coach. Whenever somebody is struggling with anything, they'll say, why don't you just go to a coach? Why are you struggling in this topic? It is going to happen. So we are slightly early. Only the people who've been doing this for many years right now are on top. But you know what? If you join today, I can assure you one of the things that will happen is you will be at the right time, at the right place whenever this industry blows up. It's going to happen. How many of you agree that the education industry on its own is losing its steam? That people like companies like Apple and Google have announced that you do not need a college degree to apply for a job in those companies. College degrees are losing their energy, which means something else has to replace it. What do you think is going to replace? Small courses. Because now doing anything for 3 years, the whole world has changed in 3 years. The degree has no meaning. It has not remained relevant. For those of you who have children in colleges, or if you go back to look at your own college degree, you will know what I'm speaking is the absolute truth. Put 80 in the chat box if you know that I'm speaking the absolute truth, that college degrees are going to become irrelevant very, very soon if they are not already. Yeah? And so we, as the world, when it starts to change, we all have the opportunity. The reason I'm sharing all of this money journey with you is, you know what? I was 6 months married. Okay, my husband and I had gone for him. He wanted to buy me a new watch. So we went. We had chosen one very nice watch and we went to pick it up. Okay, at that time there used to be one store, Helvetica, in Spencer Plaza. We were going there to pick up this particular watch. When I reached the watch shop, they had a rose gold version of it and I wanted the rose gold version. So I told Puneet, I don't want this watch, I want the rose gold version. And he said, Pooja, we've already chosen the watch. Now don't come here and change your mind. That was about 10,000 rupees more than the watch I was buying. And he bought me the watch he wanted to buy me. He didn't buy me the watch I wanted to buy. As I walked out from that shop that day, in my head I thought, had I just had 10,000 rupees, I could have at least bought what I liked. It was important to me that I wear what I liked. And you know what? That really, when I walked out of that shop, I made a decision that, you know what, I'm going to start to earn my own money. It may be a very small amount, but I want my own money so that tomorrow, if I want something, no one else, maybe they're good, maybe they're not, should not be deciding for me. And I came home more angry than happy buying a new watch, and I knew something was wrong in this situation. When I started to earn my first 25,000, the most excited I was about the fact that, you know what, now I don't have to report to anybody. I don't have to feel guilty about spending. I don't have to give bills and tell people what I did and what I didn't do. And that gave me freedom. More than money, I realized what I really wanted in my life was freedom. And once I started to get that freedom, once I started to earn 25,000, I said, you know what, Puneet, if I make 50,000, can I go on a girl's trip? He said, yeah, you don't have to ask me. If you're making your own money, please go where you want. And then I made my first 50,000 and I went for a girl's trip. And then I said, Puneet, if I make my first 1 lakh, can I pick up a nice, beautiful diamond ring for myself? And he said, if you make your 1 lakh, please spend it on whatever you want to spend it on. And I remember going and picking up this very cute heart-shaped, small diamonds. It had one cute little heart-shaped diamond ring. And then, you know what, like that, I kept growing in my journey of really enjoying the freedom of living my life my way. Can I tell you one thing? You may look at today my 3.75 crores and say, wow, Pooja, your life must have changed fully. The first 1 lakh changed my life more than the balance 50 lakhs. The first 1 lakh changed my life more than the balance 50 lakhs. You can't imagine the kind of the way your life changes with the first 2-3 lakhs. The first 2-3 lakhs makes all the difference. Rest is all wealth building. How much can you spend? How much can you travel? After a while, it all becomes the same. But the first 1 or 2 lakhs, no, used to give me that joy, that smile. I remember sticking the check in my book and looking at it for days. I didn't want to encash it because I wanted to believe, wow, I got paid 25,000. I'm worth 25,000 rupees a month. I'm more than the staff, what they earn. No, because I was not educated, right? So I didn't believe in myself. How many of you here are understanding and realizing that each one of us deserves not only the money, but the freedom to live our life our way? If we truly want happiness, we must have the freedom to do things that make us happy. Respect in freedom, happiness is in freedom. I'm so glad you all are realizing that today. You know, the first time Sona came to me, she also, like me, had so many dreams. But along with her dreams, she had so many doubts. Listen to her story, and I can tell you the way. I'll tell you more about her once you hear her story.
March 31st, 2019 was exactly the day when Pooja told me that I can be a life coach. And I'm like, Pooja, life coach and me, do you think it's even an option for me? I have been a housewife for 13 years and I have 3 kids. I don't know how to handle my own self. How am I ever going to help anyone else? But there was something that pulled me towards her. There was some magic in her, and I jumped into her course. It did take me a while, but once I decided, life has been transformational for me. Completely magic it has been. I have been a part of her tribe ever since, and the kind of impact I have created is phenomenal. There are so many people I am helping under her today. Every day morning, I wake up with gratitude messages. I sleep with gratitude messages. That's the kind of way my days are going. And not just impact, I have also earned more than 4 lakhs in just 6 months. Can you imagine, for someone who's just been a housewife, earning such numbers? It's just magical. Not even just the professional life. My personal life has changed so much. My children adore me now. They respect me a little more. I have created my own respect. I have created my own identity, my financial freedom, everything that Pooja promised to give. And today, I have it all. Thank you so much, Pooja. Being with you is just phenomenal. You are magic.
I am so super duper proud of Sona. Sona has worked really hard, and today she's not earning 4 lakhs in 6 months, she's earning 4 lakhs every month. Her check from my company itself is going to be more than 4 lakhs this month because now she's a coach with us. So you can imagine the kind of impact this girl is creating. I am so happy to announce not only has she done that, she's also was the top 10 in the top 10. I don't know how many of you here know about Super Speaker. If you know about Success Gyan, you know about Super Speaker. And out of 40,000 people that took part in Super Speaker, she was in the top 10. So super duper proud of her. Was this interesting? How many of you found this whole coaching industry interesting, and the fact that maybe now that you know that your personality, what was your number? You remember your number in your quiz?